Hi, this is Mike Nichols, AM Social Media Manager, and this is Talking with the Experts. Today I've got Dr. Jeff Lapierre with me, and Jeff's here to give us a sneak peek at a paper that he and a team of scientists just published in the Journal of Geophysical Research Letters. For those of you who may not already know Jeff, he's our principal lightning scientist here at AM. His role has him heavily involved in both hardware and software development for the company, as well as providing scientific consulting services, both internally and for some of our partners. Jeff holds a PhD in physics from the New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology, and his scientific research focuses on lightning physics, chemistry, volcano plume electrification, and high energy physics. So Jeff, thank you for being here. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here and thank you for having me.
Great. So Jeff, I understand this latest paper, your team's looking at activity associated with the eruption of Tonga's Hunga volcano back in January 2022. What was the team hoping to learn by studying that eruption?
Yeah, so lightning activity tied to volcanic eruptions has not received that much study up until recently. It's really evolved a lot in the last few decades. And so we saw this as an opportunity to learn a lot more about the behavior of lightning related to volcanoes. The Hunga eruption gave us a very good opportunity to better understand volcanic eruptions and how lightning can play a role. And not only that, Hunga, broke records in many different areas in terms of plume heights, lightning activity, things like that. And so really pushed our understanding of what is possible in volcanic eruptions.
Oh, wow, that sounds fascinating. So I do want to dive into what you guys actually did discover. But before we get there, let's back up for just a second. I do understand that the research was a team effort. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what that team looked like, as well as the role that both you and AEM played within the team, Jeff?
Yeah, sure. This was a large collaboration, a bunch of different companies as well as government organizations bringing different pieces to the puzzle. Some of those include the United States Geological Survey, Los Alamos National Lab, NASA, NOAA, as well as some companies like Vaisala, the Science Systems and Applications. And so everyone basically brought their own, different areas of expertise to study this, very complex system. Um, you know, Expertise involving volcanology, lightning, meteorology, satellite-based observations. Um, and so my portion of this, as you said in the intro, I'm a lightning scientist, and I've also had some past experience studying other volcanic eruptions with that also had lightning. And then AEM itself provided the lightning data from our global system, the Earth Network's Total Lightning Network. That's a global lightning network consisting of over 1,800 wideband electric field sensors that are just constantly detecting radio frequency emission from lightning. And so it's able to provide accurate time and location of lightning around the world in real time. And so on top of our own ground-based measurements, there are some other lightning networks, ground-based lightning networks as well. But there are also satellite-based lightning measurements as well in this study. And they really do complement each other very well. So as I said, the ground-based measurements detect radio frequency observations from lightning, while the satellite-based observations are optical, so like what we see with our eyes, and they tell you different things about the different physics that are going on. And so they were able to tell us different things that were happening in the eruption regarding the lightning.
Wow, that sounds like you guys compiled a pretty strong team. So with such a strong team, I'm hopeful you guys discovered some pretty fascinating results. Tell us a little bit about what you did discover.
Yeah, so we actually found that this was the highest lightning rates ever documented in history, in documented history. So we're talking about 26,000 flashes per minute, and just to put that in context, that is way more than even the most active hurricanes that have existed on Earth, tropical cyclones that go around in the tropics. supercell storms that happen throughout the United States that produce tornadoes, things like that. This was just the most active lightning event in history. Not only that, so not only did it break that record, it also broke records in terms of plume height. So it produced plumes as far as 60 kilometers into the atmosphere, all the way up into what we call the stratosphere. Regular thunderstorms have cloud top heights of around 20 kilometers, and this was 3 times that. And so this really produced plume heights in areas that we did not think possible before. And so, how that plays a role for us, or as a result of these plumes getting up that high, we actually were even able to observe lightning in areas that we didn't think possible before as well. So these plumes are up 30, 40 kilometers up in the atmosphere, and they are also producing lightning that high up. Whereas, we've only previously seen them in thunderstorms that are, again, about 20 kilometers or lower. So what that means for the larger scale is that we can learn more about how historically Earth's atmosphere evolved throughout the millions of years before we got up to this point, and give us a better idea of how volcanoes might have impacted the evolution of our atmosphere. And not only that, we can actually use this information to do a better job of searching out planets outside of our solar system, to understand what state an exoplanet with an atmosphere might look like, if we now know that these volcanoes can really push the limits of what we previously thought possible.
Great. That's fascinating stuff, Jeff. If someone actually wanted to look up the paper, remind our audience again where they could find it.
Right. So this paper was published in the journal Geophysical Research Letters, and we'll be including that link to the paper on our website, so it should be easily accessible.
Great. Jeff, again, thank you so much for being here. Any final thoughts you would like to leave for the audience?
Yeah, so in this day and age where we have so much data available to us, and so much research going on, and all the different activities that are happening around the world, it's still impressive and humbling to see that nature can still throw us curveballs and really change the way we think about what is possible. And I was just happy to play a small part in that, and for AEM to be a critical role in being able to make these discoveries.
Great. Well, Jeff, once again, thank you for being here. Really do appreciate it. And thank all of you for tuning in. And until next time, this is Mike Nichols with Talking with the Experts at AEM.